Hey guys, SebAtreyuans back. I do hope this video finds you all in a most happy state. So today I am bringing to you my 2x7 lock update. Let's get to it. Alright, so as promised, I have gone yet another month without retwisting my hair. And it's also been another month without washing my hair. Now, I know on the surface that sounds extremely gross, especially for someone who is pretty active like myself. I exercise 6 out of 7 days a week. Sometimes I even do a light workout on that 7th day. So I do a lot of sweating. But I've heard of people doing this, and I thought, why not try it out, especially if it allows me to actually abstain from retwisting my hair. So for those of you who might be new to this channel, there was a period of time like right after I hit my, I think, 1 year lock anniversary, where I decided to test out abstaining from retwisting 2 months and 3 months at a time, because everyone says you need to not retwist too much, give your scalp a break, let your hair grow in thicker or whatever. And so I did that, but when I finally retwisted my hair, I noticed that there was thinning on my locks closest to the root. And later on, I finally figured it out. After it happened, I abstained from retwisting one time 2 months, and then another time 3 months. And after the 3-month time that I abstained from retwisting and noticed this thinning that was occurring, I realized that I can't go 2 and 3 months without retwisting, because my locks thin. But more recently, thinking back when all that was happening, I realized that I was washing, at least twice a month, and that washing, that agitation that's occurring, because I'm trying to get my scalp clean, that is working to exacerbate the reality, which is that my hair grows away from my locks. So this time around, I was like, well, what if I eliminated the washing aspect? Then I wouldn't have that extra factor making things worse. And so that's what I've been doing. I think the last time I retwisted was for my 2-year, 4-month lock anniversary. And here we are at the 2-year, 7-month lock anniversary. So yes, it's been some months since I've washed my hair. And as I said, I know it sounds extremely gross, but I've seen people do it. And so I want to tell you about my experience. So the first thing I've noticed is my locks don't smell. You would expect someone who is as active as I am, if they haven't washed their hair in a while, you would expect their locks to smell. My locks don't smell. My locks only actually smell like what I put in my hair. And I haven't been putting tons of products in my hair. There's just no need for it. The only thing that I've put in my locks is the I think I have it here, the Jamaican black castor oil with lavender. Seriously, that's the only thing that I've put in my hair. And I started out doing it once a week, kind of getting my scalp nice and saturated with it before bed on Sunday night, and then letting it do its thing through the night, and then going the whole week. And then I started to notice that I didn't need to do it as frequently. So it's been more like every 2.5 weeks that I've done it. Something that I've been doing since I've been kind of on this no retwisting kick is I've been wearing my satin bonnet pretty much 23/7. Actually maybe 23.57. It's just always on now. I'm just in this mode where I feel like my locks are something special, and not everyone's eyes deserve to behold that special. That's kind of where I'm at right now. So I've been wearing a lot of satin bonnet, or I've been wearing one satin bonnet quite often with a lot of different Tams if I happen to be out and about. I think because I've been wearing the satin bonnet, so frequently, pretty much so continuously, that has worked to prevent my hair from drying out as quickly as it would have otherwise. And so even though I started out with that oiling regimen once a week, because I've been wearing the satin bonnet so faithfully, I don't even need to oil as frequently anymore, because it's holding on to, my locks are holding on to the moisture. It's being retained. So that's one thing that I've noticed. Something else that I've noticed, because I've been wearing the satin bonnet, it's kind of like along the same lines. My hair is not drying out as quickly as it would if it were just out blowing in the wind, right? Exposed to the elements, as they say. And so I have not noticed, I have noticed that it's not as dry. It's not as brittle. Like, my locks actually feel somewhat soft now whenever I take them out. There's like a softness to them, and I think it's an indication that the moisture is being retained. Not like wet, not like moisture where you have to worry about like mold and the smell of mildew. But you guys know what I mean, when your hair starts to feel dry and brittle. Earlier in the winter, my hair was feeling like that, and I was moisturizing a lot with the vitamin E and what do you call that stuff? Vitamin E and rose water mixture, and not a lot, maybe like twice a week. But every time it was time to like spray my locks, I would feel, especially like the ends, and it was just like, wow, this is like, it wasn't like quite crunchy, but it was just like hard, like a harder texture. Now, like, I never feel that. So I think there has definitely been some benefit to me wearing the satin bonnet as often as I do. One, the locks, 4 locks, they feel soft. And 2, I don't have to oil as frequently. So those are just a couple of things that I've noticed. Also, since I'm not putting a lot of products, Yanni, the lochologist, she kind of put me onto this. Because I don't put a lot of products in my hair, there's no need for me to do all that washing that I was doing, before. So like, I'm very minimal and very light with what I use. And so there's no need to, you're not overly saturated with different products that need to be washed out, because they're just kind of sitting there becoming rancid with time, right? Because I'm not doing the most, as she likes to say, then that eliminates the need to wash as frequently as I was. So I think that's why I've been able to get away with having good smelling locks, even though I haven't washed in several months now, 3 I think. So yeah, let me show you my locks. I know that's why you're here. And once again, I'm going to look into the mirror just like before. So, in terms of my locks, yeah, they're doing well. I feel like they're getting like puffier, like my hair is getting like bigger with each increasing month for sure. And even though time has continued to pass and you would expect my locks to actually look longer, I don't know. They don't look longer to me. They might look longer to you guys, but I think whenever you get a whole bunch of like new growth that isn't tamed or confined to a lock, it kind of puts your locks out, which kind of raises them a little bit. So you don't really get to see the true length of your locks. So I won't see like my true length until I actually retwist. But yeah, they like feel, even at the ends of the locks where they're the most prone to becoming brittle, like they feel soft for locks when I smell them. The only thing I smell is the Jamaican black castor oil. I can smell like hints of that. I don't smell the lavender in it anymore, but I do still smell the Jamaican black castor oil, which I don't have a problem with. And my scalp, I mean, you guys can kind of see, you can't see my scalp, but you can see the new growth, right? I'm not I'm not like hemorrhaging dandruff or anything. You know, my scalp has been behaving. It's been okay. So I'm happy about that. I mean, literally, it feels like like it's only been a month since I last washed my hair, even though it's been 3 months. It's crazy. And certain parts of my locks, you can still see. If I pull up, you can see like the retwist. I don't know if I'm pulling once again from sections where you can still see the retwist intact and just the new growth or whatever. But that is the case in a lot of places because I haven't washed. They've kind of stayed intact in a lot of places. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm happy with my decision to test this out and with my decision to abstain from retwisting for 3 months now. And with my decision to not wash so that I could actually really attempt to not retwist for 3 months now. And yeah, I think they're doing well. You know, I'm very pleased with them. Bunny, Renee, you were asking about my beard locks, so I will use this as an opportunity to talk about them. Yeah, they're doing well. They're kind of just, you know, meshing into the lock. And I don't really even do anything to them. I mean, occasionally if I see them looking extremely fuzzy in those areas, I'll just quickly palm roll back and forth where there's no tightening at the roots or whatever, and then they're back doing their thing. And these three over here, same thing, you know. They're doing well though, so I have no complaints as far as the beard locks are going. They're doing their thing. Something I noticed, I was being silly. So something I noticed is that, you know, there's been a lot of talk about pipe cleaners and whether or not they're good or bad for the locks, or it's, you know, certain types of pipe cleaners or whatever. And the term pipe cleaner has been on my mind, and I was just kind of, I think I had a bandana on because I was working out, and I took it off, and my lock was kind of bent in a weird position, and so I bent it back, and it went back, and I'm like, wow, that's a healthy lock. It was this lock. So, you know, you've seen videos where people, when they've bleached their locks, and there's damage, the lock will be like limp. So they would be holding it out, and it wouldn't be straight across like that, like suspended. It would be flopped down, right? But I was just thinking about how healthy my lock is because, like, you know, I can bend it and it'll stay pretty much in like those different positions. So I can like curve it, you know, and it'll kind of curve that way now, or I can curve it the other way and it'll start to curve, you know, in that direction. And I was like, wow, these locks are really healthy. So that's really encouraging and really cool. You know, I don't have any limpness. Like I can hold it out and it goes straight out, you know, besides the from when I've been bending it in different directions, you know. But it just goes straight out. It doesn't fall limp, you know, it's not like Cleo, you know. So yeah, it was nice to see that. And I was also looking at my locks and let's see if I can find some yeah, like there are locks that still have the original thickness or girth of the comb coil at the tip that has never thickened out to, you know, the size or girth of the rest of the lock. So it's really interesting. I have a lot of those. Some have just, you know, depending on how they've matured, you know, kind of curve on themselves. But this, I would have straightened it out. Like that's the beginning of the comb coil, and that was the thickness of it. And it's not like this is even on the verge of like breaking off or anything. Like it's secure. It's just, it just never thickened up. And then you have a lot of them are, I guess the term would be blunted. That's what people say now, or have said, you know. But you see that original comb coil still there after all this time. It's weird because it's like the thickness of the comb coil, but when you look at it, it doesn't look like a comb coil, and it's like a lock. You see like matted hair. So I don't know if that's ever gonna change. Like these are all pretty much blunted. I think most of these are like blunted when you actually look at them. I think most of them are blunted, and I didn't do anything. I even left the, you know how you get the little balls on the ends that you want to rip off. Bunny Renee, I know you were asking about that. I was always told, and from my research, they said leave them on, they sew the ends. I don't know how true that is, because I have a friend who always picked off those balls with her set of locks, and her ends are all sealed too. So, I don't know. But I chose to not. I'm the same person that looks down on the sink on the clean counter, and if I see a rogue hair, I'll put it back in, right? So clearly I'm not the person that's going to be ripping off those balls. But I never did, and you don't really see them anymore, right? Every once in a while I might see one, but I don't really see any of those balls anymore. So I don't know if they eventually fell off, or if they did seal the locks, or what. But yeah, they're done well. Also, something, I'm silly, and something that I've enjoyed doing on the rare occasion that my locks are actually out and down is, and I notice this when I go downstairs, I kind of like doing the pendulum thing with my locks. So, it's tick, tock, tick, tock, tick, tock. I don't know, you guys gotta find ways to have fun with your lock journey, especially if you're not at the length that, your goal length, the length that you really want to be. So, yeah, let me give you all the views, and then I will wrap this video up. Alright, so here's my hair in the front, and then the head, top of the head. Alright, here's the side. And then the other side. And here we go, back to the front. So yeah, guys, this is my hair at 2 years and 7 months. I'm not doing much. In fact, most times my hair is in the satin bonnet with some tam on if I have to go out. I really am keeping it simple, and I was thinking about it. I'm going to go 1 more month without retwisting. The reason is that will take us for sure clearly out of winter, and yeah, I think my locks will enjoy warmer weather. It should be warmer in a month than it is now. So 1 more month. So this will be the longest that I've gone without retwisting. It will be 4 months, and yeah, it's kind of scary to say, but it will have been 4 months since my last wash, too. Don't tell anybody. I know that's really bad. I know that's really, really bad. But yeah, 4 months. Okay, I'm going to go now. Please learn to love unconditionally, because loving with conditions conditions the heart to not really love at all, people. And if you like this video, don't hit that like button. And if you want to see more content from me, don't subscribe. See you guys later. Sebs is out.